Hello, good afternoon, and a hearty welcome to my fellow participants, Anusha ji, Nandita ji, Sugandha ji, and to our organizers, Shri Shyam sir and Sapna ma'am. The reason for today's gathering is to be heard, exchange thoughts, and learn with each other through our meaningful poetries staged over UBI. A poetry is a beautiful language of expressing the ideas or philosophies. A poem invokes varied emotions of joy, happiness, laughter, smile, silence, love, cry, pain, or maybe a trickle down your toenail. I, Neeti Bhargav from Dubai, originally from the city of Pohe and Jalebis, yes, that's right, Indore, am the host for today's event. I take immense pride to take you over to the mesmerizing and captivating poetries soon to be recited by our talented writers. Before we start, I would like to extend my gratitude to the UBI platform for encouraging the creativity to flaunt and bloom in optimal radiance. The support provided by Sapna ma'am and Shyam sir keeps the artistry alive within us. Let me quickly take you to the humongous achievements of UBI. United by Ink was founded on 2nd February 2018 as a global Facebook page and a group which was created by Mrs. Sapna Shivani Kekre, author of O Ski Boonde, to bring the writing fraternity under one roof. UBI, United by Ink, is an international forum. Believe it or not, it is a community of nearly 10,000 enthusiastic artists who come together to express their creativity in different forms across all social media handles. The vision stands strong. It wishes to create an inked family for fellow passionate creative souls. The platform has amplified due to the support of avid readers, passionate writers, and authors, performing artists, painters, and photographers who are ready to take up various difficult challenges. UBI also hosts a free blogging platform, www.unitedbyink.org, for writers and creative souls. To make it simple for the creative enthusiasts like us, it provides opportunities of pre and post publishing support, marketing support, distribution support, which makes the journey easy and simplify the process of reaching the creative goal. UBI believes in learning together. Taking this philosophy further, the platform has introduced unique UBI LLP initiative. So, it's a blessing for the amateur writers to own their skills and get guided to sail in the sea of creativity. At UBI Open Mic, artists from across the world showcase their talent. Writing, singing, stand up comedy, or any other such talent which they wish to present. UBI gives opportunities to come together, learn, grow, and interact with the community experts as a part of the UBI family. Not to forget, UBI CSR initiative supports the underprivileged strata of the society to fulfill their educational dreams, speaks volumes about its ethics and values. I would like to request listeners of all age groups who have a creative soul to be part of this bigger family. UBI shall help nourish your anxious soul by taking you a step closer to your dream. So come and be part of this enthusiastic family of talented species. To begin with our poetry session, I would like to invite Sugandha Dwivedi ji. She is a teacher by profession and a poet by passion. As a teacher, She is the youngest teacher to receive the Model Teacher Award in Mumbai at the district level in 2019-20. She writes in 3 languages: Hindi, English, and Marathi. Her poems are retellings of little known mythological stories through lesser known characters. Through her poems, she very well highlights the relevance of these stories in the present times. Today, she is going to present 2 of her beautiful creations that sends a thoughtful message of being vigilant of your life and desires. Sugandha ji, stage is all yours. Please welcome.
Thank you, ma'am. Today, my first poem is Draupadi's Musings. It is about her life goal. Why Draupadi is so important? Because she was born in a situation wherein her life goal was to take revenge on Drona. In the court of Hastinapur, she takes up her life goal that I have to punish Duryodhan and Dushasan. But after the Mahabharat war is done, Drona is gone. Drona is punished in much massive scale than can be imagined, because Drona's son is given the pain of eternal, no, being an eternal with pain, living. And Duryodhan and Dushasan are punished. Their children don't survive. Now, Draupadi is in a situation when her goals are over and she has to take up another goal to stay relevant. And she's just thinking, what was my life goal? What did I make it? And how does it all make sense? So let's begin. Draupadi's Musings. Get a life goal, an impossible one, a better, an infinite, never ending one. Because life does not end when you breathe your last. It ends when you fail to achieve, or worse, when you achieve it, or when you finish it like a task. Because after it is achieved, you are left with nothing. Nothing to work for, nothing to love, nothing to sacrifice, nothing to desire. And the scariest of all, nothing to lose. You die when you reach that finished line. You feel lost in that abyss of nothingness, staring at the void, while everything around you moves and progresses. But you get frozen in that fast pace of time. It takes time to pick up your wits and accept that you need another goal to keep you alive, to make sense of your existence and your choice. Not for others, but for you, to justify your actions and decisions and choices to you. Nobody asks you or questions you or simply seems to care about your choices and decisions. But they are surrounded by their own choices to ponder upon. You look around and probably mourn or celebrate or do both for your goal. And you slowly fumble around searching for something in the pitch dark. You're trying to find another goal, another reason to live, or find your existence. You finally, somehow, cling to something in that darkness and void, group it, and find another goal. You find a new reason to look forward to. You find another life, but the past is neither stored away in a basement or buried like a corpse, to be forgotten like a hazed memory. It stares at you It stares at you right in the eye every now and then. Crops up exactly when you want to believe that it is a dead memory. It tells you right in the eye that you do not get rid of it just because it is an old one. It tells you to be careful next time with what you wish for, your priorities and your decisions. For they are what you choose, for they are what you become. But you never know the magnitude of the outcome. This was my first poetry, and my second poetry is not about mythology. It is about a situation we all find ourselves in. Sometimes we think that we are supposed to get something, we desire something, but we don't work for it. We're too scared to work for it, to try to achieve it. And we get into a cage wherein we just want something, but we are scared to work towards it. And this is our captivity. Everyone gets into this kind of a captivity sometime or the other. In order to represent this, I have written this poem, Captivity. The iron cage was always ajar, the open lock hanging all along. The rested key permanently resting into the keyhole. But the bird did not fly away, always dreaming to sit in the branches of the trees ahead, imagining of relishing their sweet fruits. The bird always knew the sky was the limit. She knew the strength of her wings, the desire to perch on the trees, to smell some freedom. But never did it venture out of the slightly ajar door of that cage. Unsaid, unheard, imaginary shackles binding it to captivity. Till that fateful day, when the storm raised the skies, when the storm raised the skies, uprooting those old beloved trees, bringing to them to the ground forever. The deepest desires were broken, the secret hopes were gone. The winds devastated the cage, but the broken cage, the withered lock, the lost key held little meaning now. The wings were intact, the strength was present, but the desire to fly, the desire to freedom, the desire to happiness was gone forever. Thank you. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Sugandha ji. Very beautifully recited. It was actually a vivid description of goal setting. I think we all go through the same, set goals, follow it, fail at some time, and take a U turn. But we completely defy to accept that these choices were made by us. So thank you for making us realize. And the poem, your next poem, which was Captivity, this too is an eye opener because I think we all keep waiting for the right moment to take the leap. But then sometimes what happens is that we wait too long to make it happen. Suddenly, everything becomes faint or dark. So I would request others also to give your feedback to Sugandha ji.
It was indeed interesting, Sugandha ji. The idea or the afterthought of what went through Draupadi's mind,
Thank you,
which is
ma'am.
something which someone would not do. But that is a really nice thought where you brought the what would Draupadi think or perceive of her life so far, and her goals and where she has failed in setting up the goals and living up to it. Marvelous poetic additions to that. So indeed, interesting, very interesting. Thank you so much for
Thank
that.
you.
Yeah, Nandita ji.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Will you like to speak something for Sugandha ji?
Yeah. Such a beautiful poetry. And hats off to the thinking. We have, from so many years, I have not heard something like this, something related to like Adhyatma and especially the topic she have chosen after the war of Mahabharata. What is the mental condition and what are the pros and cons and what energies she have gained and lessons and her experiences. So very beautiful, very unique you have chosen. And more congratulations, more strength to your poem, ma'am.
Thank you so much. It means
It
a
was a
lot.
real pleasure. Okay, if we have time, we'll again we'll love to hear you.
Definitely, anytime.
Sure. Thank you, Nandita ji, for such a candid feedback. Next is another radiant, brilliant, and a powerhouse of energy present with us is Aruna ji. Aruna Subramaniam is an IT professional, theater artist, classical dancer, and a poet by passion. Her work has been published in magazines and anthologies. Now, this is my third chance to interact with her. Her poetry has hope and positivity. Let's listen to the gleeful poet and her exquisite poetry. Yes, Arunaji, you can begin.
Thank you so much. Am I unmuted and audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Thank you so much, Neeti, for the introduction. Yes, it's the third time we are interacting, and I'm really happy to be here. So, without taking much of your time, I will go directly into the poetry, and we'll talk about it later, maybe. So, my first poetry is childhood. The clock beats with my heart in sync. The clock beats with my heart in sync, in rhythm aligned, one tick at a time. A fleeting hush envelopes my soul, and time stands still, filled in grime. Beneath the tower, time faintly ticks. I stand transfixed to have found you gone. Shadows of your parting plays game with me. Play games with me, and my broken self aches to the bone. Take me there where you dwell. Take me there where you dwell, far from the splitting tomb of time. And when I'm gone, let you be reborn. When I'm gone, let you be reborn with a merry heart, with love sublime. So that was about childhood. As I said, we will talk about it later. So in the rush of time, we have seen that, most often we leave our childhoods where it was, far behind us. So that was the thought behind this poetry. Shall we go to the next one, Neeti?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. The next one, I call it unuttered. The world would never know the pain you're going through. The world would never know the pain you're going through, the scars that wouldn't show. The world should never know. The world would never know the pain you're going through, the scars that wouldn't show. The world should never know. Your cries, chaos, and heartburns, your traumas, mental disturbance, until you utter, would lie low. The world would never know. Your worst dreams, your nightmares, the unrest hidden behind smiles, your zest to still push through, the world would never know. The world sure will look at you and stare like you are a puppet show. the world sure will look at you and stare like you're a puppet show. But until your cover wouldn't blow, the world would never know. So just keep mum and keep it in. So just keep mum and keep it in and let your veins just feel the burn. Because what you know is yours to know. Because what you know is yours to know. The world sure should never know. So this is about some, some unrest that we all go through in certain part of our lives. And often some of us don't let it out, but some of us do let it out to the wrong people. So to identify who are the right ears is also the need of the time. So, you should only share your deepest secrets with the ones who really would care for this. Is the whole, idea about this. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Arunaji. And before I compliment the poetry, I want to say that I'm in complete admiration the way you deliver it, the way you speak with such confidence and with such sweetness and with so much meaning and depth.
Thank you so much.
Outstanding is the word to describe it. And I do agree there are certain things that should remain unuttered forever, embedded deep within our soul. So thank you. Sugandha ji and Nandita ji, please, you also share your feedbacks.
I was just mesmerized. I was just thinking that maybe the last ending will be okay, the person uttered it. But actually, because I was just, no, otherwise you'll need therapy.
No, yeah, that's true. That's true. That is the counterpart of it.
Some
Yeah.
things just inside you, they actually kill you from inside.
True. I absolutely agree. Yeah.
So, because everyone has these kind of stories, so that. But I just wish that everyone has that at least one ear,
One person. Yeah.
that one person for whom you don't need to say that you should not know.
Right. Absolutely. Thank you so much, Sugandha. That was a nice input from you. Thank you. Yeah.
Saruna ji, Niti ji, your mic is mute.
Would you like to say something?
Yes, sure. What to say, Aruna ma'am? First of all, the topics, the headings you chose, the title you chose is so suspicious and so interesting that already curiosity is being generated. And especially when somebody writes a lot of thing into very short, it is a difficult, very difficult task to put the whole world into few words. So you have done it beautifully, and both your writings are so meaningful with depth. Many congratulations. It was so mesmerizing, so beautiful that we all were waiting for the climax and what is next, because in short, and your poetry was short, but it was enough for telling what you want to say. You have framed the whole world into such a few beautiful words. Congratulations, ma'am, and all the best.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Nandita ji. Thank you so much. Beautiful words. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Next is another charming poetess. I would like to invite is Nandita Maji Sharma ji. She is from Vashi. She is currently running proprietorship of import and export services under the name Karma Logistics, and also trying to establish a non-profitable organization for the poor and needy through her foundation named Karma Foundation. Her profile background includes experience in aviation, hospitality, fashion designing, and modeling. Her hobbies include doodle art, writing poetry, couplets, and articles in English and Hindi languages, and compiling e-magazines. Oh, a gamut of expertise. Thanks to UBI for letting us grow with such gifted people. Nandita would request you to start with your poem.
Thank you, Niti ma'am. First of all, I would like to thank UBI and the whole team of UBI for giving me such a beautiful opportunity, as I get very less chances to recite my English poetries, as I'm too much into Hindi poetry and dohe and all. So thank you so much. And without taking much time, I will directly jump into my poetries. And same as Aruna ma'am, my poetries are very small, short poetries. So my first poetry is My Inked Soulmate, dedicated to my pen. And I hope you all will be feeling connected with my words. When I stay puzzled or tired, when I stay puzzled or tired, or when I am deeply admired, when I am in intense pain, or when just lost in vain, when I am dazed or mazed, or strong, well glazed, when in guilt, grief, love, or hate, when in guilt, grief, love, or hate, my pen always finds a way to communicate. When floating in the sea of happiness, or drowning in acrid rain of pain, clogged between stormy clouds, or riding along unknown terrain, when path seems blurred and notions end up in debate, my heart witnesses conversation between me and my inked soulmate. Between me and my inked soulmate. So my pen is my not less than my soulmate. So whenever in any situation, whether I'm happy or I'm sad or I'm just puzzled, so my pen is always there for me to express my feelings, which sometimes my voice is unable to express. And coming to my next poem, that is Lessons Unforgettable. Some unplanned lessons we learn, some unplanned lessons we learn, certain unexpected stones we turn, memories of which are so precious, stories behind are so damn curious. Million treasures they hold and shine. Million treasures they hold and shine, rejoice my heart and mind every time. It brings a glow like Christmas merries, my heart swing like tender cherries. Experiences are both light and dark, but is capable enough to light a spark. Life taught me some unforgettable lessons. Along with came some loads of daunting sessions, some unplanned lessons we learned, certain unexpected stones we turned. So these were my two poems. I hope you like it. Please do share your
Yes.
views. I would love to hear them.
Yeah, Nandita ji, it was really, really nice. I must say, you have a best friend because pen is mightier than sword, as the saying says. So you have a very good friend already with you, who is your soulmate also. It was actually the poem is short, crisp, profound, and impactful, I would say. And I even like the simplicity, the way you expressed it, nice, simple lines. So I really liked it. Thank
I
you.
really do believe while I'm writing or whenever I am on stage or I am reciting my poems, I do believe that I want everyone to listen. I want everyone to understand. But I think I write for those people who are there in maximum numbers, maybe the children or young generation or who know basic English. I know there sometimes guests are too much educated, high profile. But then again, I would like to connect with the crowd. That is my priority, so that each and every person, whoever is listening, should understand what I am willing to say.
That is
So that
very important, because if the crowd doesn't actually connects with the emotions which you are trying to express, then the entire idea
Yes,
goes in vain. So
yes,
Yeah, this resonates very much with what Sudha Murthy ji said some time back,
yeah,
that
correct.
she writes in a very simple language so that everyone understands. What's the point of writing in,
yes,
some big words
yes.
which many people
I
wouldn't.
really don't want to see anyone's face a big question mark. What she's told, what is she speaking about? So
Yeah.
I tried for them, because my favorite part of writing is these Bal Kavita, kids section, English or Hindi. So I really love uh, to connect with them.
Very nice. Yeah, anyone more wants to add anything?
I
Yeah.
just wanted to say that people compared pen with a sword, which is again something not very creative and very constructive. However, calling your pen as a soulmate, I find that so romantic, and it takes the emotion to a very different level, and it has a very different meaning that only
Yes.
writers can connect with.
Actually, with the passing of time, I really am feeling that actually it is the pen only who understands me better. Who can I speak to
Oh.
openly, much freely, without thinking what he will react or
No
what he will.
reactions,
No judgment, no
no
judgmental.
judgment. That's very
Actually,
important.
people who are shy or who are little, timid kind of people, for them, this pen becomes their strength, because they can actually write their feelings, express
Actually,
which they cannot speak verbally, they can express it with their pen and just keep it. And that makes them stronger internally and externally both.
actually a therapy. It's
Yeah,
actually a
actually,
for
yeah,
writers.
correct, true.
So
Yeah, nice pieces of
I
work,
will like
Nandita ji. I
to.
would
Naira, give me the phone. I think now I should invite Neeti ma'am. So I would like to connect you and introduce you to our beautiful host for today, Neeti Bhargav ji, who is an MBA in HR and an ex-city employee, also a classical dancer and a fitness enthusiast. Okay, ma'am. She writes, writing is a way to empower my thoughts into words. What a beautiful sentence. I'm glad to get this opportunity and be able to share my work. Looking forward to joys of learning by being one amongst you. She has described herself so beautifully. So, with both folded hands, I would like to request Neeti Bhargav ma'am to please share your piece of writings with us, and just spread the colors of poetry.
Thank
Welcome,
you,
ma'am.
for such a sweet and kind introduction. Yeah, so let me begin with my poetry. I have chosen two poems. First, I will like to recite Lessons from an Artisan. So basically, we come across so many people in our lives, and we normally ignore the poor or the downgraded ones, and we think that what lesson will we learn from them in life, right? We just ignore that picture. So let's see what lessons you can actually learn from an artisan, because we all are hidden artists, right? Okay. I stepped out of my car to buy a colorful pot. I stepped out of my car to buy a colorful pot. I turned my head all around to find a potter sitting afar, to find a potter sitting afar. Under the shade of tattered fabric sat an artisan absorbed in his work. Sat an artisan absorbed in his work. He made a pot out of wet clay. He made a pot out of wet clay and left it to dry for an organic look. Then left it to dry for an organic look. He then lifted the dried pot, scraped it with a sandpaper, lifted his paintbrush to sprinkle colors, to curate his creation from the black spot. I buried my eyes deep for the unalloyed and saintly insight. I buried my eyes deep for the unalloyed and saintly insight. It punctured my heart for a thoughtful line. The glance at the man being a curator and curator hammered my mind. It hammered my mind. My brain felt like a wet clay. Where ideas are given birth, later organized and presented by sane mind in a tray. Let's play a role of the potter. Be a creator and the curator. Of the pots, here I mean to say our brains, we come across and of self to help community stride for a calmer place. Thank you.
Very nice, indeed. It's a different
Very
perception
beautiful.
again.
Yeah.
Compared to where you have taken us. Like, I was wondering, where is this exactly going? You've taken level all together. Oh, beautiful. I'm still in those words. Nice one.
Yeah, it was like an expanded form of haiku writing. You just made us imagine that picture. It's very beautiful, very creative.
Thank you
Exactly.
so much.
It's so mesmerizing. I'm just imagining that potter and the place and okay, how it has gone, and then the philosophical aspect again.
Yeah.
So I don't know whether I should be in the scenic space or I should go towards the philosophical thing. Try to
Yeah.
understand how deep it is.
Thank you so much. I would request if anyone else has any poem to recite, then we can carry forward. Nandita ji, Sugandha
I
ji.
think Sugandha ma'am is having one more poem to recite. So,
Okay.
Okay. I'll recite one of my poems. This one was or is very close to my heart, and I wrote this where I was feeling very low and I was feeling very scared as a teacher when my first batch of 10th standard went out. So I was feeling because I stayed with them for 12 years. I knew them for 12 years. And then I knew that the world outside is so cruel. And then how will these children survive? How will these children manage? So I was feeling a bit uneasy in my God, my children have come to a stage wherein they're going to pass out and they're going to go out in the world. And after some years, they'll be like earning and having all sorts of imagination started coming. So at that time, I wrote this poem and I named this poem The Nestlings. My heart crumbles in 100 pieces as I see their faces, sober and sincere, unaffected by joy or sorrow, by past or present. But the emotions of a lifetime flashes before my eyes as I see my nestlings about to fly away. I see their smiles, hear their cries, experience their innocence and naughtiness. My children, my love, my hopes and aspirations, my nestlings are about to fly, confident and smiling, fearless and enthusiastic. But my heart trembles to send them into the unknown abyss of the life, this ruthless, uncertain world. They will manage. They will be fine. A small voice tells me inside. You have groomed them fine to face the life as it unfolds. The nestlings will shine, birds with strong new wings. Let them spread them. Let them spread them and bask in their glory. Let them fly away. Oh heart, let them fly away. Your nestlings will surely remember your care, your love, and your nest. Thank you.
Wow, very nice. Extremely nice. Actually, your poem reminds me of Hitchki movie. You know, in that also, like Rani Mukherjee was such
Yeah,
an amazing teacher, and she's like, when the kids leave and they are so much attached to each other, it's actually an emotional moment. As a teacher, I can imagine like how you feel after every batch, moves out. So 1 year full you are with them and then they just go away. But then
and
their success makes you happy.
yeah, and this was special because this was my first batch, and I had seen them for 12 years straight. So, seeing children whom you remember, oh, they were in first standard, you took their admission, and they were kids who were crying, and then seeing them graduate to, oh, they're sitting for the 10th standard exams. So, my first batch was special for me. And that's how this poem came up.
So your first
And
batch
about
made you a writer, see, they made you such a beautiful writer.
they made me a writer, and they are good writers. So I taught them, and then they wrote poems, they wrote stories, and they found out pen names for themselves, and they used to come with their poetry with a pen name. That's like great. These children, they're having. My God, I cannot think of a pen name for myself, and what amazing pen names they're coming up with. They were
Yeah,
like, no, we
this
won't write under our name. We'll write under pen name. Okay.
this poetry, Sugandha ji, takes me back to my farewell days, like when I was in my 10th standard. One of my teachers like you said, you were there with them for 12 years. She used to get promoted every year. We used to go to the next class. So she was there with us for almost like uh, 4 to 5 years, I would say. And she wrote we used to have the slam books, you remember? So the last
Yeah.
day of the farewell, we used to have the slam books. In the slam book, my teacher wrote to me, do good and forget it. Those few words, like 5 words, right? Do good and forget it. What does that even mean? It has such depth. That moment of time, I didn't understand the depth of it. But after a long time, after so many years, I can understand, okay, do good and forget about it. Why do you want to tell the whole world what you have done, right? Just to keep doing good. So this poetry is really beautiful, and I'm so happy for my child that such teachers are still there in this zamana also. That they think so much about their kids, and they act. My child's class teacher is so that she considers my child as her own child and behaves that way with her. So
It
I
always
really,
happens like that with
yeah,
good children. It always happens.
so
It's the
nice.
way that it is. The
Yeah,
teacher
yeah,
always thinks, no, it's not your kid, it's my kid. If this kid is
yeah.
doing something wrong, it's my kid
Mm.
something is doing. That's the reason why the teachers scold and they get angry at some children.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
if there are some
I
children
think that
who
privilege
actually
shouldn't
don't
be
respect,
taken
it's
away.
like the
Yeah,
teacher
yeah.
is also okay. Do whatever you want to do. You'll be
Yeah,
over
yeah.
after some time.
Yeah, yeah.
Off my
Yeah.
hands.
Thank you
Nice.
so much for that poetry. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah,
Thank you for appreciating it.
yeah, Nandita ji, would you like to recite another poem?
Yes, I'll recite one more. First of all, I would like to say for Sugandha ma'am that your poetry was as warm as the title. It was so, the title itself is so catchy and it's showing affection. And all our school memories, and you told me na class 10 week after clearing, so I was into that memory only. Which teacher scolded the most? Actually the notorious kids are remembered most. Now I feel that the naughty one, the one who troubles the teacher, now they are remembered by the teachers. Teachers never forget them.
Even the good ones, the
Later,
teachers don't
after
forget.
10 years, after 20 years, what बदमाशी तो करते थे, इतने भी बुरे नहीं थे, like that na. And that time you all are like kids in the fish market, and
Yeah.
this is the worst class, and after
That
that,
doesn't
after
change. Even how much ever it would change. That
and now
sentence hasn't
no,
changed from your
you all
childhood
were
to my
very
childhood
sweet.
to my kids' childhood.
And now same headmiss, my headmiss, whenever we visit, she tells us, "Arey, you guys were so sober. Okay, yeah, that much was there. अभी देखो क्या करते हैं ये लोग."
Exactly.
भी देखो ये आप लोग तो बहुत बहुत जेन्युइन थे. You all were very genuine.
हमने आपकी कदर नहीं की.
हमें आपकी कदर नहीं है. But yeah, hats off to the teachers. Literally, they handle so many kids at the same time. Right now, we are experiencing one or two. They are giving us traumas. A big task. Salute to the teachers. Salute to you, ma'am. Your poetry was very heart-touching. Really.
Thank you so much.
Give me. So, one more small piece of writing. Colors of affection. Multiple colors of love and affections. Showers of blessing with noble intentions. Loving beyond measures makes life beautiful. Millions of memories together makes it meaningful. Let's share love, peace, and harmony together. Let's create a place where only feelings matter. Let's erase all the bruised wounds of pain and inhumanity. Let's together rebuild a new world full of equality. A new world full of equality. So this was dedicated to your poem, ma'am. The affection your nestlings gave, that vibe I am transferring through my.
I was like, it's just an extension. No? Yeah. It comes with it is coming from the same place.
Yes. We are
Trying
all
to build a
beads
better.
of the same necklace. Yeah, we would like to hear from Aruna ma'am also. If you are ready with some poetry, and Niti ma'am also. Once more.
Yeah, once more.
The crowd
once
is
more.
saying once more. The audience is saying once more.
Okay, I'll tell you something very frankly. It's been almost 4 to 5 months or more even that I have not written a single piece. All of these that I'm reciting now comes from long back. Maybe I wrote something in August.
Your earlier savings? Your earlier FDs?
Yes.
That actually these are the saviors.
Yeah.
Actually, these are the saviors.
True. So I joined today the UBI because I wanted to rekindle this habit of mine, which I used to write daily on a daily basis. And suddenly it has stopped.
It
Suddenly I have
happens.
put
It
it back,
happens.
on the back burner somehow.
I have also experienced such things. Means from daily writings to sudden break for 6 months, 8 months, like that.
Yeah.
Like a pen got logged or something. Like this
Yeah.
happens. And again, when we are into this poetry thing now, when we are either we are reciting or we hear something or we are
Yeah.
into some event, then it slowly we are back into the form.
True.
So
And I really
I
want
really
to be
think
back
today
into the form.
this meetup helps. This meetup helps.
Yes. So let my title say it all. It says stay eternal. Okay.
Wow.
So
Wow.
okay. So it might not be in the same sync, but the title is Stay Eternal. I would urge you to never greet me. I would urge you to never greet me if there's no word beyond it that matters.
Yo,
My-
mute, ma'am.
Sorry, am I
Continue,
audible?
continue.
No.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shall I start from the start?
Yeah, please start from the start.
Yeah, it's Stay Eternal. I would urge you to never greet me if there's no word beyond it that matters. My heart yearns to hear those words that would take us to a world eternal. I would urge you to never smile. I would urge you to never smile if you would rather walk past me. My heart yearns for you to stay and hold hands for a life eternal. I would urge you to stay hidden. I would urge you to stay hidden if you would rather appear and disappear. My heart yearns for your presence in the solitude of my days and nights eternal. I would urge you to not come closer. I would urge you to not come closer if you would want to say goodbye later. My heart yearns for you to kiss me and stay close to my breath. Stay eternal. That's all. Thank you.
Very nice, Aruna. Very nice. Really, you have so much of, depth in your poem. Like when you say, you express it, the meaning itself gets exhibited so aloud, the way you tell this poem, the hidden meaning comes very much, it's explicit that, yeah, you want to convey this message. So it's very nice.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Sugandha ji, you would like to add something?
I mean, I'm just into this whole poem, and it's good that when you stay eternal, either you come to stay or it's not just a come and go game. You have to be there because we see a lot of people coming in and going, and then the heartbreaks which happen after that. They hurt so much that you actually want either do it for a lifetime or just don't do it at all.
True. Yeah, Nandita ji, you would like to add something?
Yes, ma'am. I just hope all the urges get fulfilled. Whatever.
Actually,
I just pray all your urge get fulfilled. And like Sugandha ma'am told, this is a very straightforward message. इस पार या उस पार.
yeah.
Like
Which
वो
way
कहते हैं
करना?
ना very famous कि आधा अधूरा नहीं चाहिए आना है तो पूरा आओ नहीं तो मत आओ. It's like that. So it is one means another meaning is also that I am too tired from this game, coming, going, and again from the start, like that. Either you finish it or just I'm done. So very good, very important and very strong message. Very nice.
Hope that happens with the poetry, I would say. Stay eternal. Yeah, So
No,
it's
this
for
is
me,
a
it is there.
eternal truth which has been spoken in poetry. So this poetry
Poetries
is
are
definitely eternal.
Poetries are
Thank you.
eternal. Emotions come
This
and
poetry
go.
is definitely eternal.
Poetries
Tell this to
remain.
any teenager and then the teenager will be, yeah,
Ah.
okay.
Our emotions come and go. Sometimes angry, sometimes frustrated, sometimes. But whichever we write, the poetry is then life, after life also.
Thank
Very
you for the
nice.
kind.
Ma'am, now
everyone.
Neeti ma'am, we would like to hear from Neeti ma'am.
Okay, so I think I'm going to end the session. Our event should end on a very happy note. The poem that I'm going to recite, it's titled "Good Vibes." Okay, good vibes is all one needs. The gentle touch on my head, the peck on my cheeks, the cool punch on my chest, the family to hold me are good vibes that all one needs to assure a sound sleep. The pat on my back, trust of friends, the confidence to write exams, the accolades to boost morale are good vibes that all one needs for happiness with no ends. Practice at nets, workouts for strength and endurance, the contentment in eyes, the medals to go along are good vibes that all one needs to lift high on exuberance. The chance to make passion a profession, the laurels of accelerated growth in solace of friends are good vibes that all one needs to leave a profound impression. Befriending life partner, the comfort to hold each other, the joy to share bliss and pain, raising children together are good vibes that all one needs for love to last forever. An old age free from anxiety, the company of friends and relatives, a healthy and nourishing body, the never give up attitude are good vibes that all one needs to elevate mood at that age. Life is too short to hold on. Give it a chance today. Euphoria, celebration, happiness, make friends with them. Give good vibes to yourself and show others the way. So have good vibes always.
Very
We'll take that vibes and take it on.
Very
along.
beautiful. And just matching with your profile, enthusiast. Very energetic, very positive. Good vibes.
Thank you so much. Yeah, so I think we should, can we end or there is something else we want to speak on?
Aruna ma'am,
Thank you
Ganda
so
ma'am.
much. Yeah, thank you so much, Neeti, for conducting today's session. It was indeed beautiful set of poets that we have today. Thank you very much, UBNI Poetry as well. And United by Ink has actually united us through ink. So we are so happy to be here every time we're here. And I hope this continues forever and ever. Thank you very much, Neeti. That is all I wanted to say.
Thank you, Arunaji. Thank you so much. Indeed, it was a pleasure connecting with all of you because every time I am on this platform, I'm meeting new people and learning something new each and every time because every poet has a distinct thought process, you know. Everyone writes in a different way. His or her way of expressing is different. So each time you meet new person, you tend to learn something new. So that is the best part of this platform. And it continues to keep our creativity alive. And each time I am here, I have in mind that I have to write a new poem because I cannot repeat the previous one. So that actually, keeps us, the momentum of writing on. Otherwise, with so many family responsibilities and everything, you just disconnect with this because it's not our profession. So we just keep ourselves, okay, when something is required, we will write. So that attitude is there. So thank you, UBI, for keeping us alive all the time. Our